looking like it been flipped. Flipping that, flipping that, flipping that. Pull up in that phone, my God. Whole squad getting that, getting that. Please say it ain't true. Had to go and cop 2. Hell, now we can't fit in that. Wild ones, like we fresh out the cage. Showtime, baby, fresh off the stage. Bad little mama, fresh off the page. Front like you love, but you know that you hate it. Yeah, you know no better. Yeah, you know no better. Yeah, you know no better. Ooh.
Yeah, you know no better. Say you're different, ooh, you're kidding. Yeah, you know no better. Ooh, say that talk for the ones who don't know no better. Baby, I know you better.
Baby, I don't know better.
Baby, I know you better.
Baby, I know.
Baby, I know you better. Baby, I know you better. Baby, I know you better.
Baby, I know no better. Top dropped off on my whip. Whipping that, whipping that, whipping that. Yellow and the purple on mix. Mixing that, mixing that, mixing that. Caught my bitch from the tropics, yeah. You know where she sitting at. Taking shots, pouring bottle at the bottle at the bottle. Hell no, we ain't sipping that. Wild ones, like we fresh out the cage. Showtime, baby, fresh off the stage. Bad little mama, fresh off the page. Front like you love, but you know that you hate it. Yeah, you know no better. Yeah, you know no better. Yeah, you know no better. Ooh.
Yeah, you know no better. Say you're different, ooh, you're kidding. Yeah, you know no better. Ooh, say that talk for the ones who don't know no better.
This is the Talking Sports Podcast, episode number 13, and I'm your host, Peter DiBiasi. Before we dive into today's video, I just want to give a nice quick shout out to Taj Bullock, Virginia Tech quarterback commit from New Jersey, who did our interview in our last video. So big shout out and thank you to him. We love doing interviews with people, helps grow our brand, and helps get insight to the athlete's mind. That video got over 2,000 views, over double-digit comments, and over 100 likes, which is our most liked video ever on our page. So we're almost at 250 subscribers. So please, if you're watching that video, please hit the subscribe button. We need more people to subscribe because we're just bringing out great content week in and week out. We have created a new Instagram account that is called Talking Sports PD. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, the link will be in the description, as long as our Twitter, which is also called Talking Sports PD, to make it simple. So follow all the Talking Sports platforms, subscribe to the channel, follow the Instagram, and follow the Twitter. Before you watch this video, make sure you comment, make sure you hit the like button, and also, I just said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Big shout out to Rocco Trumpbour, who everybody knows is our media producer, for doing the thumbnails, for doing all the edits, and doing everything behind the scenes to make our production even better than it already is. Guys, baseball is back. It's coming back later in July. When you're seeing this video, it's going to be about a week away. So this is going to be an MLB video. It's going to be similar to the NBA video that we did. We did a couple weeks ago, the NBA playoff and awards predictions. This is going to be very similar. I'm going to do the MLB awards and MLB predictions. Guys, let's dive right in. We're going to start with the American League awards. MVP, New York Yankee, Aaron Judge. So everybody knows this is going to be a 60-game season. So a lot of different awards are going to go to a lot of different people that you don't know, that usually might not win an award in a 162-game season. So whoever has a hot 45, 50 games is going to get this award, and that's going to go to Aaron Judge. Last year, it probably would have been DJ LeMahieu, who had a great start to the year. But everybody knows Mike Trout won the MVP. But Mike Trout's in question of playing this year, and I just don't think the 60 games he's going to win MVP. If he played over 100, like 162 games like he always does, he would probably be my pick to win MVP. But I'm going Aaron Judge, who is a monster on the plate and in the field. I don't really know what the stat lines are going to look like. It's kind of going to be a little skewed because of the 60-game season, but expect him to put up big numbers, between 15 and 20 home runs in that 60-game season, and take home the MVP award. We're moving on to Cy Young Award in the American League. That's going to be another Yankee. Newly acquired Garrett Cole from the Houston Astros. That was the biggest signing in free agency, probably the biggest move outside the Mookie Betts trade to the Dodgers. So the Yankees get an ace. A couple runner-ups to the Cy Young Award for Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, who won it last year, Blake Snell, maybe Corey Kluber. But the AL doesn't have the best pitchers in the league. I would give that to the NL. So Garrett Cole is going to win the Cy Young. I thought he should have won it last year with the Astros. Justin Verlander won, and Garrett Cole came in second. But this year, Garrett Cole is going to take home the Cy Young. So the Yankees, right off the bat, have 2 award winners. You got MVP Aaron Judge, and you got the Cy Young Garrett Cole. Rookie of the Year. Well, this is going to be really weird because there's going to be a lot of rookies that maybe were supposed to play this in this 162-game season, but now because it's only 60 games, they might not get any options. A lot of the good teams are going to rely more on veteran players that have been here, that have done it for the last 6-7 years to get their job done instead of expecting some rookies. So there's going to be a couple rookies that are going to play, obviously. There's going to be injuries. People are going to be diagnosed with COVID-19, which is going to suck. So there's going to be need for rookies, but there's going to be a lot less need for rookies than in a 162-game season where you can kind of work them way in, platoon them, and then get them into a full starting role. My Rookie of the Year in the AL is going to be Luis Robert, outfielder for the Chicago White Sox. He's one of the top prospects in baseball, and he's expected to start. He played some towards the end of the year last year, and he's going to be expected to start. So Luis Robert is going to be my AL Rookie of the Year. And finishing off the AL awards, batting title, Tim Anderson. That's going to be back-to-back champions. Tim Anderson won in 2019. This is another White Sox, and he's going to win it again in 2020. So we have 2 teams taking home the award, which is kind of weird when I kind of did my predictions when I was doing all my research. You have MVP Aaron Judge, New York Yankee. You got Cy Young, Garrett Cole, also a New York Yankee. You got Rookie of the Year, Luis Robert, White Sox, and then finishing up with the batting title, Tim Anderson, also a Chicago White Sox, who are going to be a sneaky team. So you can see later in the video where I have them. They win the division. Do they get a wild card? What do they do? If you agree with my American League award predictions, comment down below. If you disagree, also comment down below. Who do you think is going to win? Is it going to be Mike Trout for the MVP? Is it going to be Alex Bregman? Is Verlander going to take home the award? So whatever you believe, comment down below. Moving on to the National League Awards. We're going to start with MVP Juan Soto. I could have went with Cody Bellinger, Christian Yelich. Ronald Acuna actually has the best odds to win the MVP, maybe Bryce Harper. But I'm going to go Washington National Juan Soto. Had a great rookie year last year. Had a great World Series. I believe he was World Series MVP. Actually, no, that was Steven Strasburg. But either one of those 2 were World Series MVP. Juan Soto is an electrifying young player. He's going to have a major, about 45, 50 games. He's just going to go on a tear for a short period of time. That's going to secure an MVP for the young Juan Soto. I was a big debate between him and Ronald Acuna. I kind of went towards the Juan Soto route, but Ronald Acuna has the best odds to win it. So you picking Ronald Acuna to win is totally acceptable. We're going to go to Cy Young. This was a 3-player race for me. Actually, more of a 4-player race for me. You have Walker Buehler of the Dodgers. You got Steven Strasburg of the Nationals. You also have Max Scherzer of the Nationals. But I went with Jacob deGrom of the New York Mets. So you got 2 New York pitchers. I am from New York. I'm not a Mets fan. I am a Yankee fan. But 2 New York pitchers winning a Cy Young, which is really, really cool. Jacob deGrom is clearly the top 2 pitcher in baseball, along with Garrett Cole. You can debate either 1 or 2. It doesn't really matter to me. And then right outside is Max Scherzer. So Jacob deGrom is going to be my Cy Young. He's going to be carrying this Mets team. After losing Noah Syndergaard, you really only have Marcus Stroman behind him. They're going to need Jacob deGrom to have a great year, to have a chance to win the division, which is probably the toughest division in baseball, or even secure wildcard spot. So Jacob deGrom is winning another Cy Young. Rookie of the Year. I already explained how the Rookie of the Year is going to be a little weird. And my Rookie of the Year is going to be a San Diego Padre, and that's going to be left-hander Mackenzie Gore. He's one of the top pitching prospects in baseball. He's an absolute stud. I've seen him play in the minor leagues. Has a great command of his fastball, great breaking pitches, has high velocity. Padres are still a young team, have a chance to contend for a wild card, not for the division because the Dodgers are just so much better than them. San Diego Padres will be in contention for the division, and Mackenzie Gore is going to be a huge factor. They need more starting pitching, and Mackenzie Gore, that's why he's going to get a shot right away in the season. So Mackenzie Gore is going to be my Rookie of the Year. And finishing out, batting title, 2018 AL champion, Mookie Betts of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm not a Red Sox fan. Everybody knows that because clearly I'm a Yankee fan. I don't understand what the Red Sox were doing. I get they're trying to clear payroll. You don't trade Mookie Betts. He's one of the premier players. He's a top 5 player in baseball. He's going to be in MVP contention with Juan Soto, but he's going to win the batting title. He won batting title in AL and with the AL in 2018 with the Boston Red Sox. He's going to win one in the NL with the Dodgers, being the Dodgers with him and Cody Bellinger for a nice 1-2 punch right there, which is going to be absolutely lethal. Make the Dodgers one of the best teams in baseball. So let's a little quick run through of my National League awards. You got MVP Juan Soto of the Washington Nationals. You got Cy Young, Jacob deGrom of the New York Mets. You got Rookie of the Year, Mackenzie Gore of the San Diego Padres. And you got batting title, Mookie Betts of the Los Angeles Dodgers. If you agree or disagree, comment down below. Who do you think is winning MVP? Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, and batting title? If you agree with all my predictions, let me know. If you have somebody else that you think are winning those awards, let me know also. I love feedback. So those were the awards for the American League and National League. Make sure you comment down below what you think. If you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right, if you have any of your own opinions, so comment down below. We're moving on to the main event. We got the playoffs. I love the playoffs in baseball. It's the most exciting time in baseball. I get baseball's a long season. This year's going to be much shorter, so every game is going to be important. But the playoffs are the best time of the year. Obviously, the new playoff format that they were supposed to use is not going to be in effect this year. It's going to be in effect the following year, which is going to be the 2021 season, when they go from 5 playoff teams in each league to 7 playoff teams. But this year, we're keeping the 5 playoff teams. You have the 3 division winners, the 2 wild cards. The 2 wild card teams play for each other to get into that 14 playoff, and then you go from there with the ALDS and NLDS, the ALCS, NLCS, and then you got the main event, which is the World Series. We're going to start off with the American League. The winners of the American League East are going to be the New York Yankees. New York Yankees are probably, in my opinion, the best team in the league, along with the Los Angeles Dodgers. The teams in contention against them is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays. Maybe the Blue Jays can make a kind of a fight with their young team in the 60-game season. I don't see it happening. Red Sox are a couple years away, and the Orioles are just god-awful. So the New York Yankees kind of, not by default, but they're going to win the division by a good amount of games. So the New York Yankees are the number 1 seed in the AL. Number 2 seed in the AL is going to be the AL West winners, and that's going to be the cheating Houston Astros. Like I said, cheating. Of course I said cheating. Everyone knows they cheated. We don't have to get into that right now. Houston Astros doesn't matter if they cheated. They're still a really good team. You got Bregman, Carlos Correa. Still have Justin Verlander, Zach Greinke. You have some great hitters on that team. So they're going to win that division and going to be the 2nd team in the AL. And rounding out, who's going to be the 3 seed in the AL, and that's going to be the AL Central winners, Chicago White Sox. You heard that right, guys. Chicago White Sox, not going to be the Cleveland Indians, and not going to be the Minnesota Twins, who won it last year. Cleveland Indians are kind of still really good. You got Francisco Lindor, you got Michael Brantley, actually, they don't have Michael Brantley. What am I saying? You got Francisco Lindor. They did trade Corey Kluber. You got Mike Clevenger. You got some good pitchers still. They're going to be in contention for a wild card spot. I'll let you know if they get in or not, but I don't think they're going to win the division. And the Minnesota Twins had a great year last year. I think they kind of peaked last year with that division. I still think they're a playoff team. I just don't see them in division win. And the Chicago White Sox are a young team led by Tim Anderson, Luis Robert, some good pitchers. The White Sox are a really young team. Jose Abreu, they got some nice pieces. Yasmani Grandal. I like the White Sox that's kind of sneaking in, maybe not in a 162-game season, but guess what? We're playing in a 60-game season. So I got the Chicago White Sox as the 3 seed. The 2 wild card seeds, they're going to be, the one is going to be the Los Angeles Angels, and the other one is going to be the Minnesota Twins. So we got the American League East winners, the New York Yankees, the Central winners, the Chicago White Sox, the Houston Astros winning the AL West, and the 2 wildcard teams are going to be the Los Angeles Angels, adding Anthony Rendon, and the Minnesota Twins, who are still a really good team. Okay, I'll give you my predictions what happens there. We're moving to the NL, though. The NL East is going to be won by the 2-seeded Atlanta Braves. That division is going to be the best division of baseball. I think there's 4 teams that can win that division. It could be either the New York Mets, the Philadelphia Phillies, the defending champions Washington Nationals, or who I picked, who won it last year, the Atlanta Braves. The only team that can't win it is the Miami Marlins because they're also god-awful at baseball. I have the Braves. I think there's more of a talented team. You got Freddie Freeman, so you got Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna is going to be an MVP candidate. This team, they also added Josh Donaldson. This team is going to be a really talented team. So I'm going to be the Atlanta Braves, becoming the 2 seed in the NL playoffs, but winning the NL East. The 3 seed is going to be the Central winners, and that's going to be Chicago Cubs. This team is way too talented to not make a playoffs. They didn't make the playoffs last year. They need to make the playoffs this year. They fired Joe Madden, hired David Ross. You got Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Wilson Contreras, Jason Hayward. This team is way too talented. Javi Baez, this team is way too talented. You also have a Jake Arrieta, Jose Quintana, John Lester. This team is too talented to not make the playoffs, but I think they're going to win the division, kind of come through a little new spark with their new manager. So I got the Chicago Cubs becoming the 3 seed and winning the division. And the 1 seed in the NL is going to be the dominant second best team in baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers. I thought they were going to win the division anyway and become the 1 seed in the NL anyway, but then they traded for Mookie Betts. So you're like, okay. They got really good. They got even better. They're a really good team, and they got even better, and they added one of the best players in baseball because the Red Sox decided to trade him. So they got Mookie Betts. You have Cody Bellinger. You have Max Muncy. You got a ton of studs. You got Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler. The list goes on. That's how many good players. So I got the Los Angeles Dodgers as the 1 seed. The 2 wild card seeds. This is kind of interesting. Wild card 1, the Nationals, defending World Series champions. Another wild card team. Can they repeat? We'll find out. And the other wild card team is going to be the St. Louis Cardinals as a 5 seed. I was debating between the Cardinals and a couple of teams, the Phillies, the Mets, but I think they're kind of going to beat up on each other, and that's going to lower the records. Maybe the Brewers and the Padres could be kind of a sneaky team along with the Reds, just not there yet. So you have the NL East winners, Atlanta Braves, NL Central winners, Chicago Cubs, NL West winners, Los Angeles Dodgers, and the 2 wildcard teams are the Washington Nationals and the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's get right into some playoff predictions. I gave you my teams who are making the playoffs, but now you got to see who's winning each series. Okay, the 2 wildcard games in the AL. We have the Angels defeating the Twins in that 1 wildcard game in LA. The Angels do get a playoff win. Mike Trout's excited, and it kind of brings life to that team with adding Anthony Rendon. So the Angels do get in the playoffs, and they do win a wildcard game over the Twins. National League, you got the Washington Nationals defeating the St. Louis Cardinals. This could be a great game, but the reason, because you have either Max Scherzer or Steven Strasburg pitching in that game, and that's going to be the upper hand over Jack Flaherty for the St. Louis Cardinals. So the 2 wildcard winners are the Nationals in the NL and the Angels in the AL. Let's start with the ALDS, and then we'll go to the NLDS, and then we'll keep going from there. ALDS, you have the 1 seed Yankees taking on the Angels in the first round, best out of 5 series, which is every ALDS series. Yankees in 3 in a nice clean sweep. Why? Angels are kind of new to the block, not really experienced. They don't have the pitching or the bullpen to nearly get in to make it a fun series for the Yankees. The Yankees are too dominant. The Yankees win in 3 with leading behind Garrett Cole, Aaron Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton. Other ALDS series, Astros versus the White Sox. I have the Astros in 4. I think the White Sox push the Astros a little. They win a game, but they're just not good enough yet. So it's really top-heavy in the AL with the Astros and the Yankees. I think the White Sox do give a little more fight than the Angels did against the Yankees, but they're just still not there yet. They're a really young, promising team. And if you're the White Sox and you win and lose in 4 to the ALDS, you're not happy because you always want a World Series, but they're going in the right direction. So I have the Yankees beating the Angels in 3 games, and then the Astros defeating the White Sox in 4. So you have the Yankees and Astros in a rematch for the ALCS. We're moving on to the NLDS, Dodgers versus the Nationals. Revenge tour for the Dodgers in 4. The Nationals had a great, remarkable run this year. The Nationals had a great, remarkable run last year to win the World Series. They're not going to do this year. They're going to win Game 1 behind Steven Strasburg, but Max Scherzer's not going to pitch till Game 3. The Dodgers win a close one there, and the Dodgers take it in 4 with the Nationals winning a single game. Now we're going on to the other NLDS. Probably my favorite series of the playoffs, if this happens, would be the Braves versus the Cubs. I got the Atlanta Braves in 5. The Cubs are back in the playoffs. They pushed the Braves to 5, but the last game is going to be in Atlanta. Atlanta's offense is going to be too much for the Chicago Cubs, led by Acuna and Ozzie Albies. I got the Braves moving on to face the Dodgers in the NLCS. So if you agree or disagree with my predictions on those series in the ALDS, NLDS, if you think the Angels are going to beat the Yankees or the White Sox are going to beat the Astros, Nationals upset the Dodgers, or the Cubs beat the Braves, let me know in the description. Or if you think I got all of them right, or one of them right, or none of them right, let me know down in the description. We're moving on to the ALCS. Yankees versus Astros. Yankees make this in very quick work. None of this fooling around like we did last year when we lost in 6 games. Yankees in 5. They're going to be the number 1 overall seed. They're going to have home field advantage. Yankees are going to come out with revenge. They hate the Astros. I hate the Astros. 2 of the most hated teams in baseball because nobody likes the Yankees, and now nobody likes the Astros. So I'm going Yankees in 5. Yankees are just probably the best team in baseball. Yankees are moving on, and the cheating Astros are going home, and I really couldn't care less. So Yankees moving on to the World Series. Now this gets interesting. You got the NLCS, you got the 1 seed Los Angeles Dodgers, you got the Braves, 2 seed Atlanta Braves. Upset alert, Atlanta Braves win in 6 games. I think the Dodgers are just going to choke again in the playoffs. They've done it the last couple of years. They don't get over the hump. Dave Roberts will be fired. Yeah, you heard me right. The guy, Peter, he went to the NLCS. Yeah, he's going to be fired. The Dodgers don't get to the World Series or win the World Series this year. I think Dave Roberts is on the hot seat. So I got Braves in 6. Matchup with another kind of like we're throwing it back to the 90s, a little John Smoltz action here with some Derek Jeter action with the Braves-Yankees series. Yankees in 5 in the World Series. Yankees are your 2020 COVID-19 World Series champions. If you agree with me on the ALCS or NLCS, let me know. But if you agree with me on the World Series, let me know. The Yankees are the World Series champions. They win number 28. I'm excited. Nobody else is excited. All my friends from Massachusetts are not excited because they all are Red Sox fans. I'm super excited. All my close friends from here are excited. The Yankees win number 28, and they get first World Series win since 2009. MVP, Garrett Cole of the World Series. So you have a Cy Young, Garrett Cole winning a Cy Young and an MVP. Guys, I gave you everything. I gave you my awards. I gave you everything. I gave you my playoff predictions. If you disagree with me or you agree with me, please let me know down below. I would love to hear your feedback. If you think I missed something on any of these teams, if you don't think I'm close, you think the Dodgers are going to win the Series, let me know. Say, Pete, you're wrong. The Dodgers win the World Series. Guys, another great episode. I'm super excited for baseball to come back. We need sports. I'm sick of watching cornhole or some like NBA 2K League on TV. Like, I need actual sports. You got NBA coming back end of July. You got baseball coming back soon. You got everything coming back. I'm super excited. If you want to see my NBA playoff predictions, go a couple videos back and see what I thought of those. I have the Los Angeles Clippers winning. And then make sure you check out this video to see who I think is winning the World Series and all these awards. Guys, the New York Yankees are going to be the 2020 COVID-19 World Series champions. So please comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you follow our Instagram and our Twitter, Talking Sports PD. Both of those will be in the description. Until next time, this was the Talking Sports Podcast, and I'm your host, Peter DiBiasi. Everybody stay safe and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.